Picking up where we left off with our last video, I'm going to be taking you through some of the other features of the administration console. And just before we start, if we click on the F1 button, you'll see that the EnergyTracker technical documentation will come up. And this has a complete reference guide to all functions and features within the EnergyTracker system, and is worth having a good look through. The EnergyTracker system also comes with a simulator, and the simulator is great for sales and demonstrations where you can't take physical hardware and configure that up for use in the demonstration. So the simulator emulates an Auditor 3 piece of hardware, and it's a one-click configuration. But don't install this to a production system, as it'll consume EnergyTracker circuit licenses. And before we can actually go ahead and use the simulator, because we've already added an energy monitor to this system with 3 circuits, it's a great example to go through and add a license certificate to upgrade our licenses to monitor more circuits. Now, the EnergyTracker system is licensed by the number of electrical circuits your meters are monitoring, and these are the physical wires themselves. So if you have one meter that is monitoring a single 3-phase or 3 single-phase wires, that is considered 3 circuit licenses. And to import a license certificate, all we have to do is we'll just close that and go to System Configuration, Add Update Licensing. And what we will do is actually send you a license certificate. It's actually a file, and you will browse to that file. It's just here on our desktop, and we'll also send you a decryption key. And this is case sensitive, so you must enter it in exactly. So click Apply and OK. Now at the top of the administration console, you'll now see that the number of circuits we're monitoring is 3 out of 9. So that added an additional 6 circuits. So now we can go ahead and add more meters and circuits to the EnergyTracker system. If you can buy more circuit licenses in the future if you add more energy monitoring hardware, and we'll do the same thing. We just send you a license certificate and you import that into the administration console, then configure your hardware as instructed. Okay, so what we'll do first is we'll set up our simulator. We'll just click on Configure Simulator. Yes. And this is a one-click configuration, so it does everything. It sets up the location, the company information, the site, associates the simulator circuits with the site, and when complete, it'll just come back to the Configuration Assistant interface, and it's done. It's also probably a good idea to uncheck the display on startup, because you won't be needing this once you've finished the initial configuration. You can always get back to it anyway. So all we'll do is just go through the toolbar at the top of the administration console to run through some of the features. Obviously the first one will display the Configuration Assistant again. If you click on the Add New Energy Monitor, you'll see a list drops down with all the hardware types that can be added. And you can add anything such as a PLC Modbus device, select the type, and go through the configuration for this particular item. Just refer to the documentation on the specifics of configuring each hardware type. We can add more energy monitoring sites. If we click that, this will just drop down, and we can add another location, because all sites are based on location. And then we could just select that location from the list and associate the energy circuits with that site. We can close that now. Now we can go into site configuration, and this will drop down a list, and you can see you can then edit things like location, energy meters, and company details. And these are the same interfaces you saw when you went through the Configuration Assistant, and you can update, remove existing items in there if they're no longer needed also. Okay, system configuration, if we drop this down, you can do things like adjust the SQL connection information. You don't do this unless you've moved a database, but generally that'll be done in conjunction with some assistance. You can set up things like an automatic backup, so the EnergyTracker system can actually back itself up every number of days that you set to a defined drive. And so that'll back up the database and all files associated with EnergyTracker. So in the event that the computer system hosting EnergyTracker dies, it can easily be recovered just by simply following some instructions that we'll give you. Okay. We can do things like database first aid, but this is really as a tool just for us to use in conjunction with yourself if you're having issues with the EnergyTracker system. Various log files that are used again for troubleshooting issues with the EnergyTracker system, and of course the add and update license. And that's really all you need to know about the administration console. I mean, it comes down to simply adding your energy monitors and associating those energy monitors to your sites. And you can set up as many sites as you like and mix and match your circuits, and this will show aggregated information in the reporting system. And it's as simple as that. And that'll be all for this video.